Hey Spectrum, I'm Austin.
And I'm Danny, and this is the premiere production of Noise News.
First we head over to Josh and Jason with news on sports managers.
Way to manage, guys. Now to Dakota with a behind-the-scenes look at Ted's music videos.
Thanks guys, I'm sitting here with Ted Cullen to interview him on his new music video for the play Honk. Now Ted, you did the video for No Fun for the Nuns last year and wrote the song for The Sound of Music.
Yep, Josiah Bondi actually helped me make the video, but I wrote the song and I made the music for it. And last year the song started out kind of as a joke, but then we used it to advertise, and it was about how nuns can't have fun because it takes place in a monastery, Sound of Music. But this year I actually wrote sort of like a semi-inspirational song that also has information about Honk and also has information about when the show is. So we're working on the song now, and the music video should be released next week.
Now what is the name of this song for Honk?
Beautiful. The song's called Beautiful because no one's ugly, we're all beautiful.
That is very
yeah, and there's a song in Honk that's called Different, and I was going to name the song that, but I didn't want it to have the same name. So
this is a second music video you've done for a Spectrum musical. Do you hope that this tradition will carry on even after you leave?
I do, because I am worried that there won't be people to continue it, but I know that somehow, some way, there's going to be someone that steps up, and hopefully their songs are going to be advertised. That'll be awesome.
Now, are you excited for production next week, opening up?
I am nervous but excited, but I hope you all come because Honk is on April 17th, 18th, and 19th.
That video hit all the right notes. Next to Carter and Dakota with some rockin' news. Good morning, Spectrum. I'm Carter.
And I'm Dakota.
And we're here to bring you your weekly dose of rock history.
So grab your neon and your Walkman, people, because it's time to go back to the 80s.
The 80s were an excellent decade, led by consumerism and big hair.
But when it comes to rock, many of the popular groups of the 70s were no more, and the surviving groups were suppressed by the popularity of disco and pop.
But rock is something one cannot shut off with a switch. In 1981, a new group, Quiet Riot, took the country with their smash hit album, Metal Health. The song Come On, Feel the Noise is famed for being the first metal song to reach the #1 spot on the Billboard charts.
This is short-lived, though. Quiet Riot soon faded into obscurity after failing to deliver any strong recording following their breakout album.
What could have been a full chapter in rock and roll history turned out to only be a footnote, but Quiet Riot acted as a stepping stone for rock to make a comeback in the 80s as hair and thrash metal.
Many popular groups arose from Quiet Riot's ashes, such as Motley Crue, Metallica, The Scorpions, and Judas Priest. These bands popularized long hair and those horrible leather pants the 80s are famed for.
Well, there are many more of these bands, the vast majority of which were very short-lived. All of these bands still record and perform to this day, and still maintain their popularity into the 90s, but weren't as popular as they once were.
These groups reigned supreme until 1989, when Guns N' Roses debuted. They eclipsed everything else in the music industry with their no-holds-barred, in-your-face rock with hits like Welcome to the Jungle and Sweet Child of Mine.
They were even popular in the middle of the grunge scene, but we will keep this alternative information for next week. Until then, this has been the history of rock and roll.
I'm Dakota.
And I am Carter, and we will hope that y'all will keep doing time on the wild side.
Noise News will return right after TED Talks.
What's an American pop star and a Spectrum musical have in common? Lesley Gore was an American singer, songwriter, and actress who was born in 1946 in Brooklyn, New York. At the age of just 16, Lesley recorded It's My Party and received her first #1 hit. Over the years, she had many more hit singles, including Judy's Turn to Cry, You Don't Own Me, She's a Fool, and California Nights. Lesley's career spread into acting in movies and working as an activist for the LGBT community. Lesley Gore died on February 15, 2015 from lung cancer. She did not have any children, but did leave behind her partner of 33 years, Louis Sasson, a luxury jewelry designer. Honk the Musical is about the story of Ugly, an ugly duckling. Ugly is teased for being undesirable by his brothers, sisters, and even his own father. When he wanders away from the farm, he can't find his way home. Will Ugly ever find his way home? Will he always be different? You'll need to come to the musical to find out. If you want to find out what in the world Lesley Gore has to do with Honk the Musical, come watch the show. The show dates are on April 17th, 18th, and the 19th. For more information, keep an eye on the Spectrum website. I'm Ted Cullen with another TED Talks. See you next week.
We're back. Let's go to Danny and Megan with the scoop on proposals.
Prom's coming around the corner, so make sure to ask your sweetheart so you have a date to prom.
Sorry if this seems a little rushed, but I figured I'd make you blush. Prom?
Oh my gosh, no!
You had to rush because I know, I was like trying to...
So my name is Ty Cullen, and I asked Addie Cross to prom, and I had a bonfire at my house. And then I had a piñata, and basically, like, we had her, I held the piñata, and she hit it down, and inside the piñata there was candy, and then little things that in Spanish said prom, and she said, yeah.
Alright, well, I'm Davey. And, okay, so he asked me, it was right after our duet competition, and I turned around, I was talking to, like, Lydia or something, she's like, Davey, turn around. And I turned around, and he's holding this purple flower. Oh my gosh. And he's like, do you have a question to ask you? And I was like, yeah. I don't even remember like what he said, but he asked me and I was like, uh-huh. And then I took the flowers and I just gave a big hug and it was just, oh my gosh.
Guys aren't the only one who can ask girls to prom. Here's Allie with her promposal.
My name is Allie Hickmeyer, and I asked Nick Kopp using this poster.
Make sure to think of a fun and creative way to ask your date to prom.
I can't wait for prom. Next, we go to Megan with a glance at how makeup and media affect body image.
Selfies, social media, and makeup. Oh my! How are these connected? Well, they may be affecting girls' body image.
I think social media may not have as much of an issue, but I feel like fashion magazines have really changed girls' views of themselves because they over-edit their pictures into making the models not even what they actually are, and makes these girls in life want to strive to be something that's not realistic.
I feel that fashion magazines and social media bombard us with images of girls that aren't realistic, and we look at that and we want to be like them, so we don't feel comfortable in our own skin, and we do things to change ourselves, whether that's makeup or, in more serious cases, eating disorders.
So when we go through the magazines and we see all these models that are wearing all of this makeup and just look so beautiful because they're edited, we think that the makeup that we wear will make us look better or look like them. So I think it's more of like a striving thing, like we strive to be what we see.
So do we wear makeup simply to hide blemishes? Or is it because it's a social standard?
I don't wear very much makeup. I wear just a little bit just because it's kind of a social standard, and I do feel like it enhances my natural beauty.
I think it's part of our culture. Everybody in America, or I don't want to say everybody in America, but most of the people that I know wear makeup. So it'd be a weird thing if I came to school without wearing makeup.
Some of our own students have even done a group project on the topic for a mass communication class.
We found that girls aren't comfortable in their own skin, that they don't like who they are, and a lot of them do blame it on what the media shows them. They see all these pictures and they're just like, I'm not good enough, I would change everything about myself if I could.
So no matter what your thoughts on makeup are, remember that you are beautiful no matter what. This is Megan Hassing, signing off for Noise News.
Thanks, Megan. Well, that's all the news we have for you today.
This has been the premiere production of Noise News, keeping you in on the noise.
I'm Dakota.
And I'm DeCarter, and we hope that you all be keeping time on the... DeCarter?